What's the most heartbreaking thing you heard about yourself? When I was 12, my dad bailed on us. Just up and left one Tuesday morning while I was getting ready for school, Mom found his note on the kitchen counter next to my cereal bowl. Something about needing to find himself and not being ready for this life. Mom had to pick up 2 jobs just to keep our apartment. She worked mornings at the hospital cafeteria and nights cleaning office buildings downtown. That left me watching my little brother Danny after school every day. He was only 4 when Dad left. I didn't mind it at first. Danny was a good kid. I'd walk him home from daycare, heat up whatever frozen dinners we had, help him with his alphabet worksheets, bath time, bedtime stories, the whole thing. Mom would get home around 11 p.m. looking dead tired, and she'd always hug me and say thank you. She'd tell me she didn't know what she'd do without me. For 5 years, that was my life. While other kids played video games or hung out at the mall, I was packing Danny's lunch and making sure he brushed his teeth. I taught him how to tie his shoes. I was there for his first day of kindergarten when Mom couldn't get off work. By the time I was 17, I had a part-time job at the grocery store to help with bills. Mom said I was the man of the house now. Said she was proud of how responsible I'd become. I actually felt good about it, like I was doing something important. One Thursday night, I got off work early because the manager felt bad that I'd been pulling doubles all week. I walked in the front door around 9 p.m. instead of my usual 11. The house was quiet except for Mom's voice coming from the kitchen. She was on the phone with my Aunt Rebecca. I was about to call out and say hi when I heard her laugh. Then she said something that made my stomach drop. Honestly, Rebecca, if I didn't have him, my life might have turned out completely different. I could have gone back to nursing school like we planned, maybe even moved somewhere nicer, but I had to give up everything to raise him. She paused, then laughed again. It's exhausting, like raising 2 kids instead of 1. And he's not even mine by choice, you know? He was a complete accident, just like his useless father was. I stood there in the hallway, still holding my work uniform and car keys. Danny was asleep upstairs. Mom had no idea I was home. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I'd made different choices back then. I was only 19. I had my whole life ahead of me. I didn't walk into the kitchen. I didn't confront her. I just turned around, went upstairs to my room, and sat on my bed staring at the wall. I didn't cry. I didn't get angry. I just felt empty, like someone had scooped out my insides. All those years of taking care of Danny, helping with homework, being the responsible one. All those times she hugged me and said thank you. It was all fake. I wasn't her helpful son. I was her burden, her mistake. I kept taking care of Danny because he didn't deserve to suffer for Mom's feelings, but everything changed between me and her. When she'd thank me for watching him, I'd just nod. When she'd try to have our little heart-to-heart talks, I'd make excuses to leave. The day I turned 18, I started saving every penny from my job. Didn't tell Mom why, just said I wanted to be more responsible with money. 2 years later, I had enough saved up. I got accepted to a college in Oregon. Danny was 11 by then, old enough to handle more stuff on his own. I packed my things while Mom was at work and left a note saying I was moving. She called me crying that night, asked why I was leaving without talking to her first, asked how she was supposed to manage everything without me. I took a deep breath and said, I figured it was time to stop being your second mistake. She went quiet for a long time. Then she whispered, what do you mean? I heard you that night, Mom, talking to Aunt Rebecca about how your life would have been better without me. She tried to explain, said she was just venting, said she didn't mean it the way it sounded, but I was already halfway across the country by then.